back to another video. So in this video, our topic is writing equivalent expressions by combining like terms. So today we're going to write equivalent expressions by combining like terms. So now let's take a look at some vocabulary that we have. So what does equivalent mean? It means equal in amount or value. What does like terms mean? Like terms mean that terms that have the same variables and power. Expression, a collection of symbols that jointly expresses a quantity. So we are going to write equal collection of symbols that expresses a quantity by combining terms that have the same variables and power. We are mostly going to look at variables rather than powers, so let's get into the video. Okay, so here we have two expressions, and we are going to write equivalent expressions by combining the like terms here. So let's do that. So we are going to first do the first expression, which is negative 5x plus 2y plus 3x. Okay, so let's see if we have any like terms here. Okay, so we do have like terms here, which is the first one is negative 5x and the second one is plus 3x. So that's our like terms. So first what we want to do is we can bring these like terms together right next to each other. So negative 5x plus 3x plus 2y. So when we are writing expressions, we want to bring the sign with it. So I could write negative 3x, but we have a plus here, so I'm going to bring the whole number plus 3x, so plus 3x. And then plus 2y, so plus 2y at the end. So this is what we have now. Now what we can do, we can combine these. So we can either combine these like this. So negative 5x plus 3x will give us negative 2x plus 2. So that can be our equivalent expression. Or we can get this same answer by doing another process by using the distributive property. So let's try that. Negative 5 and we can put it into a bracket, plus 3 times x plus 2y. So now you're like, how do you get that? So, but we can see that both of them have x's here. So we would, as we know in distributive property, we multiply this number or variable by this and this. So in order to get an x at the end of both numbers, we can put an x here because we will multiply x by both of these numbers. And we can just take these numbers, negative 5 and 3, and put them in the bracket. So now what we can do, we can use the distributive property again to get the same answer as this and then do it like this. Or we can just simplify inside the bracket because these two are like terms, integers, plus 3 and negative 5. The negative 5 plus 3 is negative 2. And then we have x left, so x plus 2y. We multiply x by negative 2, so we will get negative 2x plus 2y. So here we have our equivalent expression. So basically, if you look at it, all of these expressions, meaning this one, and this one. These three, or this one, but it's basically like this, so we cannot really count that. But these are all equivalent expressions. And we know that because if we solve this expression, we will get this. And this is already the answer to this expression. If we solve this expression, we will still get this. And if we solve this expression, we will still get this. That is how we know that it is an equivalent expression if all of those expressions have the same answer. So now let's move on to our second question. It says 1/3 x plus, in the bracket it says 1/6 x plus y. So we can do the associative property, in which we can bring those two like terms in a bracket. So there are two like terms here, which is negative 1/3 x and positive 1/6 x. So first, let's bring out those numbers out of the bracket. So it is 1/3 x plus 1. We know there is always a 1 here. So plus 1 times 1/6 x is going to give us plus 1/6 x. And positive 1 times positive y is going to give us just y. Or we can write 1y, but it's the same as y. So we have these. So we can use this bracket so this can be an expression. And then we can solve this. So 1/3 x plus 1/6 x is going to give us 3/6x. And we can bring out the bracket because we have solved the bracket. And we will have this. Or we know it is going to be equal to 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6. So 1/2 x plus 1. That is also an equivalent expression. Or as we did here, right here, we brought in the numbers that were right next to the variables. So we can do the same here. So we can do 1/3 plus 1/6 times x, this is the distributive property, plus y. So we can multiply the x by 1/6 and x by 1/3, and we will get the same answer as this. Here, we will do is we will add 1/3 plus 6, which will give us 3/6, and we multiply it by x, so 3/6x plus y, which is the same as this and this. So we made one equivalent expression, two, which is basically the same as this or this. So that is how we make equivalent expressions. Now let's do one last one. So let's try the last question that we have. So we have here another expression. So let's see what the expression is like. It says 3/4n plus a, in the bracket it has 8 plus 1/3 z. So let's see if it has any like terms here. We don't see any like terms because it has a variable n, and these numbers are not the same, and this has a variable z, and this is not a number that is equivalent because it does not have the same variables as any of the other numbers. So first, let's bring it out of the bracket, these numbers. So 3/4 n plus 8 plus, because positive 1 times positive 1/3 z is going to give us positive 1/3 z. So here we have 3/4n plus 8 plus 1/3 over z. So that can be an equivalent expression. Or we can do, what we can do is we can bring the n here, so it is going to be 3n over 4 plus 8 plus z over 3, which is equivalent to this. It is basically 3 times n divided by 4, and 1 times z, which is z divided by 3. And we can do one more, which is we can find the equivalent, or we can find the common denominator between all of these numbers, which is going to be 12. So let's do 12, and we're going to multiply all of these numbers by 112. So if you multiply 3/4 by 112 and 3/4 10 by 112, we will get 9n plus, because all of these numbers are positive, 4 times z, because if we multiply 112 times z over 3, z divided by 3, we will get 4z plus, we can do 8 divided by 12. We have to multiply all of these numbers. We cannot only multiply the variable numbers or this number only. you have to multiply all of these numbers because we found the common denominator for all of these numbers. So we will get, if we multiply 12 times 8, we will get 96. So that can be our equivalent expression too, because if you multiply, and then if you multiply 1/12 by line n, you will get 3/4 n, for 3n to divide by 4, plus 4 divided by 12, 4z divided by 12, we will get z divided by 3, plus we can, if you divide 96 by 12, we will get 8. So it is equivalent to this expression. So we have one expression, 2, and 3 expressions that are equivalent to each other. So that's it for today's video. If you guys like this video, please give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments and we'll try to answer them as soon as possible. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell so you don't miss out any of our new videos.